Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone, welcome to my live. It's the Mirror Talk. Who am I? I'm honestly so happy you're all here. But you will be all here soon. So we shall wait for 5 minutes to see when everybody gets to join the live, and then we shall start on the topic. So I will introduce myself. For anyone new here, my name is obviously it's Utfa. I'm a mentor. I talk about mental health, healing, self-worth, and real-life emotions. I've also been a school governor and I've worked in spaces supporting well-being and mental health. So I'm really passionate about these topics. And you also see a mix of my real-life homeschooling recipes and travel to on my YouTube channel, which is Rosine, the channel that you'll be going live today. Also on Instagram, and I share my daily quotes on there, and that is behind two for aura. So we will wait till 5 minutes until everybody gets to join because this was the last minute live, and then we will start in the podcast. So let's wait and see who's going to join. So today's topic, it's going to be about love or attachment, why it's affecting your mental health, and it's related to love shouldn't feel like anxiety, but in today's world, many people are calling attachment deep love, and it's quietly destroying peace, self-worth, and mental health. In this live, we'll be talking about love versus attachment, the real difference, signs you're attached, not loved, why attachment causes anxiety as well, overthinking and emotional exhaustion. The empty feeling even when life looks fine, healing steps to rebuild yourself and protect your heart. So, if you ever felt emotionally drained, confused, or like your mood depends on one person, this live is going to be for you. So, safe space, no judgment, real talk, healing talk. Join the conversation in comments. Type yes if one message has ever ruined your whole day. Type me if you ever felt lonely in a relationship. Type healing if you're ready to choose peace. Subscribe for more lives on mental health, self worth, healing, overthinking, relationships. Also, follow my Instagram for daily quotes and reminders behind Two for Aura, which I have recently opened the account for just the quotes and relationships. So we shall give 5 more minutes and then we will get into the podcast topic, which is related to what I have mentioned earlier on. And do leave a comment where you're from. Like I said, so hi, assalamu alaikum, ciao everyone. Welcome to my first, like I said, so live regarding about this topic. I'm honestly so happy you're all here. If you're watching live or on replay, which will be later on, I will add this on replay. So say hi in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. For anyone new here, my name is obviously for Aura. I'm a mentor. I talk about mental health, healing self-worth, and real-life emotions. I've also been a school governor and I've worked in space, supporting well-being, mental health. So I'm really passionate about these topics. And you also see a mix of my real life homeschooling recipes and travel too, which is on this YouTube channel. But my main quotes on mental health and relationships, I have opened an account which is behind Two for Aura. So if you would like to join, if you're into these mental health issues, relationship issues, then please do follow my Instagram account behind Two for Aura for daily quotes. Now, what do you think? Love should feel like calm or intense. Type calm or intense in the comments. Or have you ever felt lonely in a relationship? Type me if you understand. So we shall give you a few more minutes. I think we give 2-3 minutes, and then we can start on the podcast. I do apologize. It was the last minute that I've added the podcast. So next time, hopefully, I will let you know beforehand when I will be going live on the podcast. But mainly, you can see my podcast that will be already like on the quotes on the on this channel or on my Instagram account. So, like I say, so this is the topic today. We'll be covering love or attachment, why it's affecting mental health, real talk life. Love shouldn't feel like anxiety, but in today's world, many people are calling attachment deep love. If you agree with that, then just type yes or give a thumbs up. And it's quietly destroying peace, self worth, and mental health. In this live, we will be talking about love versus attachment, the real difference, signs you're attached, not loved, why attachment causes anxiety, overthinking, and emotional exhaustion, the empty feeling even when life looks fine, and healing steps to rebuild yourself and protect your heart. So if you ever felt emotionally drained, confused, or like your mood depends on one person, this life is for you. So safe space, no judgment, real talk, healing talk. Join the conversation in comments. Type yes if one message has ever ruined your whole day. Type me if you ever felt lonely in a relationship. Type healing if you're ready to choose peace. Subscribe for more lives on mental health, self-worth, healing, overthinking, relationships. I think my parrot agrees as well. So, like I said, so we will shall start in a few seconds on the main topic. If you ever felt emotionally drained, confused, or like your mood depends on one person, this is for you. Right, so I think we shall get into this podcast. So we shall start. Okay, stay with me because the next part is powerful. I'm going to explain the difference between love and attachment in a way that will change how you see relationships. We're starting probably in a minute or so. Yes, so just do leave your comments in the comment area and let me know where you are from, which country you are from, and then we will get straight into the today's topic. So yes, we are just a few seconds away from the live podcast on this love or attachment. So right, we are going to start into it. So love or attachment, why it's affecting your mental health. Real talk. Like I said, so welcome to my first, like I said, live on this topic. I'm honestly so happy you're all here. If you're watching this live or even catching the replay later on, please say hi in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. Today, I'm talking about something that is so common, but nobody talks about it properly. Because I genuinely believe we've diluted love and now we call attachment deep love. If you agree on that, right, deep love, or obviously if you disagree on that, right, diluted love. And the scary part is attachment doesn't just mess up relationships, it messes up your mental health too. So if you ever felt confused, anxious, emotionally tired, or drained in love, this life is for you. And please, I'm not just judging anyone. This is a safe space. We're here to reflect, learn, and heal. So do stay tuned. We will get into the second part of this. So let me say something really clearly. Love feels calm. Attachment feels like anxiety. Love feels like peace. Attachment feels like waiting. Love feels like security. Attachment feels like, please don't leave me. And if you ever felt like your whole mood depends on one person, that is not romance. That is emotional stress. Yes, that is emotional stress. So I will ask you a quick question. Have you ever felt fine and then one message from someone ruins your whole day? How many of you have been through this scenario? So yes, the question is, have you ever felt fine and then one message from someone ruins your whole day? Type yes if you experienced that. And obviously type 2 if you think it hasn't. What love really feels like. Let's talk about what really love is supposed to feel like. Real love is respectful, steady, safe, kind, protective of your dignity. Real love doesn't make you chase. Real love doesn't confuse you. Every week, real love doesn't make you feel like you're too much. Because if somebody really loves you, your feelings don't become problem. Your presence becomes a blessing. Now compare that to attachment. Attachment is when you're not in love with the person. You're in love with the idea of not being alone. Attachment is when your set comes because you're starving emotionally. And you say, it's okay, when deep inside you is really breaking. Yes. So, like I said, these are the main like what we go through in life. So if we have gone through that questions, I think majority of us we have gone through that question sometime in our point of life where you felt fine, and then when if someone just sent you a message, it could be in any different relationship. To be honest with you, it doesn't have to be a relationship into your spouse or into your partner. It could be your siblings, it could be your friends. It's a certain message and it's really ruined your whole day. So that is just part of the life. So you overthinking. Let's talk about overthinking now. You overthinking everything. You don't even need an argument. You just need silence. Your peace depends on their mood. If they're happy, you're okay. If they're distant, you panic. You keep explaining your worth. You keep proving you're enough. But listen, if you have to beg for basic care, that is not love. How many of you do you agree on this? You're loyal to someone who disrespects you and you call it, I'm just a deep person. No, you're just emotionally attached. You miss them even when they hurt you. This is the biggest sign because you don't miss how they treated you. You miss the version of them you created in your mind. Which one of these signs hit you the most? So, which of these signs you think has ever hit you the most? Is it the type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, or is it the type 5 in the comments? So, do comment in the comments, and hopefully, I will get back to you after the podcast. And if you want me to reply back, I will get back to you. Attachment destroys mental health. Now, it's very important this questionnaire is, and this analysis is how attachment destroys mental health. Now, let's talk mental health. Attachment can slowly turn into anxiety, low self esteem, emotional exhaustion, constant overthinking, which many people go through nowadays, insomnia, mood swings, sadness you can't explain. And the hardest part is you still function. Yes, that is the beauty, that you still function. Because of the creator who has created the whole universe, he has and he knows what my individual servant will go through and how much he can take. But inside you're drained and people won't even notice because you've become a professional at hiding pain. But just because you're strong doesn't mean you should carry everything. So, yes, this was about the emotional attachment, how attachment destroys mental health. Now, let's talk mental health, like I said. So, I will go through this again if anybody has missed this out. Now, let's talk, and I will go through each of them. The signs is the anxiety, low self esteem, emotional exhaustion, constant overthinking, insomnia, mood swings, sadness you can't explain, and the hardest part is you still function. You still cook, clean, smile, look normal, but inside you're drained and people won't even notice. How many do you think you go through that each day? Because you become a professional at hiding pain, but just because you're strong doesn't mean you should carry everything. The empty feeling deep to for aura section. So we're gonna go through the empty feel. I'm calling it the empty feeling. It's the deep to for aura section, which is mirror talks, why mirror talks, and who am I? Uh, so this is to do with let me say something that I feel so many people need to hear. Feeling empty doesn't mean your life is strong. It means your soul needs something you're welcomed by. Some people have everything: family, home, children, responsibilities, but still feel empty inside. And sometimes it's because emotionally you've been neglected for too long. You've been surviving, not living. And deep down, you're asking, am I loved? Am I enough? Why do I feel alone even when someone is next to me? These are the questions that many people go through and they don't want to talk about it. So the question is, have you ever felt lonely in a relationship? Type me if you understand that feeling. Yeah, so the question, like I say, so do leave it in the comment. I will get back to you once obviously the podcast is over, and whoever will get, want me to get back to them in the comments, I will get back to the comments itself. But now, next topic, next it's going to be about the yes, this repeats. Obviously, I'm going to repeat this is for the new joiners. So, okay, for anyone who joined, now welcome again. We're talking about love versus attachment and how it affects your mental health and self worth. So, stay with me because the next part is the healing part. Yes, so the next part is going to be the healing part. Like I said, do leave in which country you are from, which country you are watching from, and what you think about this topic. So the healing part, it's to do with, we're talking about love versus attachment and how it affects your mental health and self-worth. So stay with me because the next part is the healing part. Let's talk about the healing part. How to heal. Practical plus emotional. Now let's talk healing because I don't want anyone leaving this life feeling heavy. That was not the point. Step one is stop calling. So the step one for this is stop calling pain love. So that is the first step that you need to take. If you keep thinking it's love and it's not. So stop calling pain love. If it hurts you daily, it's not love. Your relationships have ups and downs. Every relationship has ups and downs, but love is not supposed to feel like emotional torture. That's the first step. Second step, stop chasing closure. Yes, stop chasing closure. Some people never give closure, they give confusion. Your closure is, I deserve peace. Step three, come back to yourself. Now, let me know if any of these steps relate to you, if you have ever related to these steps as well. So step 3 for healing, it's come back to yourself. Yes, make sure come back to yourself. You're more than strong that you don't know. You don't know how strong you are. So come back to yourself. Ask yourself, who was I before I met them? Yes, so that is a question you need to ask yourself. Who was I before I met them? What did I enjoy? What made me happy? What goals did I have? Because attachment makes you forget yourself. And that is so true. Attachment makes you forget who you were because majority of people, even I've spoken to people in the past or now, when they do, when they get involved in certain relationship, especially when they're in the in the spouses or in the partnership, they forget who they were. They think they're living a different identity because what they have totally given themselves away, and they forgot what they even used to enjoy, what they used to like doing, uh, and they don't even look after themselves because all their life they have surrounded around the one particular person, just to keep them happy or to keep away from the um, negative what shall we call them, negative problematics that you have with them. So yes, so step 3 is come back to yourself, ask yourself, who was I before I met them? What did I enjoy? What made me happy? What goals did I have? Because attachment makes you forget yourself. Now step 4 is to learn to sit with your own company. Yes, so step 4 is to learn to sit with your own company. That is very important. This is the hardest one, but the truth is, if you can't be alone, you tolerate anything just to keep someone. And that's how important people lose themselves. So, step 4 is to sit with your own company. This is the hardest one, but the truth is, if you can't be alone, you tolerate anything just to keep someone. And that's how people lose themselves. Step 5. Now, step 5 is to protect your heart like it matters. How do we protect our heart like it matters? Because it does. Your heart is not a toy. Your feelings are not something anyone should play with. So, yes, because no matter what you're filling your heart with that. All your emotions will affect your heart, will affect your mental health when you're thinking. That's where it comes from. So, all the overthinking that you end up doing overnight while you're sleeping, your brain doesn't switch off. It's just like a virus that in a computer you have and you can't get rid of it. So, it builds up, and it's strange. People think it builds up just like this, but it doesn't. It takes time. So all these emotions that they're damaging you, it hasn't happened in one instant. It has been building up like layers. So step 5 is to protect your heart. And that is very important because you need to protect your heart like it matters because it does. It does. And your heart is not a toy. Like I say, so it's not a toy, it's your feelings and it's your emotional that carries it. Something anyone should not neglect. Now, spiritual side, what do we need to know about the spiritual side? The spiritual side, I will say this gently. Sometimes God removes people from your life, not to break you. So I do strongly believe in this. I don't know how many of you would believe in this. If you do agree with this, then do leave a thumbs up and leave in the comments what you think as well. Uh, like I say, so sometimes God removes people from your life not to break you, because we tend to think, and when we hear, these random people that we have in our lives, that you might think, or you stop blaming yourself. Well, yes, it's because of me. This is why it's happened. This is why this person has gone away, or I haven't been too good, or whatever the reason is. But that is not the truth. Sometimes it's a blessing from the God, Himself, that He removes these people from your life, not to break you. And it has taken. I know have met several people, and I know if they have tried in relationships, and it has been going on and on and on, and they literally have tried to work those relationships, and it's taken half of their youth and half of their life, And at the end, they have to walk away. And sometimes they think, oh my God, we've given our youth, we've given all our life. And it's very important that, yes, they felt that because they have done that. They've given half of their youth, half of their life to the partner or to, the relationship that they were in. And now at the end, they're leaving that relationship. But there was a point why you've out of that relationship because the God didn't want you anymore in there because that was your last point. It's like the pressure cooker when it just explodes, and that was your time. So it's a blessing in a way. So you should kind of, see that as a blessing. So and let's see what you think about what your thoughts on there is. It's nice to hear of people's thought. What do you think about this? So sometimes, like we say, God removes people from your life not to break you, but to save you. Because what's meant for you will never require you to destroy yourself. And that is so true. Yes, what's meant for you will never require you to destroy yourself. It won't have a beg for love. You won't have a beg for love. You won't have to shrink your needs. You won't have to shrink your needs for anymore. You won't have to stay quiet to be kept. What is written for you will come with pace. And yes, whatever is written for you will come with your pace and it will come no matter what. So whatever if it's written in your life, it's written in your destiny, it will come no matter where you are or what you're doing. And if it's not written for you in your destiny, it won't come, it won't arrive you, it will keep away from you. And then we need to take that in as a positive as well, because whatever's good for you, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and God, He will give you that. And whatever is not good for you, it's also a best way of keeping away from us. And we should be blessed in that way that we believe that because no matter what situation is, at the end of the day, we still have hope. So with the negativity, there's also a positivity. So that's to do with the, like we said, how you should stay strong. So that was the spiritual side that we were talking about. If anybody wants me to repeat again, if they have joined lately, just let me know in the comments. In the comments, we will talk about that again. Go through the steps again for them. It's a strong quote. Now, I'm going to give you a strong quote of moment, and it's very strong and emotional for me. So I will leave this quote with you. It's my own quote, what I have my opinion on, my thoughts on. So let me know what you think about this. So you can miss someone and still know they weren't good for you. So you can miss someone and still know they weren't good for you. Missing someone doesn't mean you made a wrong decision. It means you're human. It means you had feelings. But your healing matters more than your memories. You don't have to go back to what broke you. Yes, that is a reality. You do not have to go back to what really broke you. Just because it feels familiar. So that is that. That is the quote of mine. That's my opinions, my thoughts on this. I would like to ask you lots of questions. So, okay, I want to talk with you now because this is the live, so answers these. So this is the live, so we will have some live, obviously, answers here. Sorry, questions for you, and then you can leave it in the comment, or if you want to join and leave some comments, and I shall answer them for you later on. Sorry, I do apologize. My voice is a bit drained out today. So, yes, the questions are, do you think love should feel calm or intense? So, do you think love should feel calm or intense, and why? So, that is one of the questions I want you to think about and see if you want to leave a comment. So, do you think love should feel calm or intense, and why? The other question is, what hurts more, missing them or accepting them? Right. Yes. So the other question is, what hurts more, missing them or accepting they weren't good for you. Have you ever stayed just because you were scared to be alone? What's one boundary you wish you had earlier? Do you think people confuse attachment with love in today's world? What's harder, letting go or rebuilding yourself after? And if you want, type healing in the comments because honestly, we're all healing from something. And that is true reality. No matter how we are, what background we are from, no matter what we do, we all do, or so we all are healing for something. So these are the questions that you need to think about. So if you really listen to this podcast, just go with these questions. Do you think love should feel calm or intense, and why? What hurts more, missing them or accepting they weren't good for you? Have you ever stayed just because you were scared to be alone? What's one boundary you wish you had earlier? Do you think people confuse attachment with love in today's world? What's harder, letting go or rebuilding yourself after? And if you want, type healing in the comments because honestly, we all, like I say, are healing from something. Thank you so much for being here with me on my podcast. Thank you for joining, whoever had joined. And I do apologize for coming live at the last minute. In the future, I will let you know beforehand. And if you would like to talk about certain other topic that you want us to talk about, then do leave in comments what topic would you like to talk about, and we will go to that topic. It generally means so much if you enjoy this topic and you want more lives on mental health, relationships, self-worth, healing, overthinking, emotional stress. Then please subscribe to my channel Rosine so you don't miss the next one. And also I've made an Instagram page just for quotes, reflections, and mental health, plus relationship reminders. Please go follow Behind Two for Aura. That's BEHINDTUFAAURA. Behind Two for Aura. It's just quotes, soft reminders, and things that help you think deeper. And if this live helped you even a little, share it with someone who needs to hear it because sometimes one reminder can save someone's heart. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next live.